There is an interesting question here. Hammock looks simple, and it is really simple, but it has a critical detail. Hammock automatically stretches its length because its productive activities that it supervision, while it also consume resource. If the same resource, exactly the same, is used for both the hammock and production activities, the RCP, resource constraint path, resource constraint methodology, will collapse. This video I will try to explain why it happens and how to fix it without breaking our schedule or our desires. I mean, we are coming back to the same old example I've made, and this new layout, hammocks and productivity activities resource, will try to explain this. Direct work, okay, contract work, I will include here indirect work. Properties, phase, add a new phase, rename this new phase into indirect work, including in this indirect work 3 activities: supervision number 2, supervision number 3. Each of them will be responsible to take care some activities. Okay, this supervision 1 will be commanded by this beginning, activity beginning, starts, and will be commanded by this last one here, in order to keep it finishing at the same time. Finish at the same time. I'll do the same linkings to the others 2 hammocks, and I will return later. Okay, I have made the sequence, and I'll show you supervision 1. Double click, links. This activity command start, this activity commands finish. The same for supervision 2, start, finishing. Supervision 3, project starts, project finish. Okay, all of them, select the 3 activities together, properties, they will be set as hammocks. Now I can reschedule CPM modes, and you see that these 3 hammocks supervise or take care of some activities or some time in our schedule. They have not any resource assigned. Moving then to a properly place indirect work, direct work. Indirect work will be here. Indirect work, no, sorry. It will be under water world contract. Okay, contract ADM, indirect work, okay. But instead of having 2 phases separately, I will collapse them into a new phase. I will close into a new phase called project work. Okay, we have a project work to do and some contract activities to help the project work. It's for our organization, it's for our site, and for our project direct work. Okay. Coming back into indirect work, I will assign some resource supervision 1, 2, and 3. Let's see how are we with our resources. Resource A, resource B, I will insert resource C, but I'll say resource for administration. I will assign the same resource for the 3 hammocks. Properties, assign a resource C for administration. 1 resource, okay, but you may understand that when I assign this resource quantity, let's find quantity here. Quantity, I will hide it. With one resource schedules. Code is not necessary. Productivity is not necessary. Workload should be interesting to be shown. Okay. So the three resources are assigned, but you may understand that we have just one resource and they work. I mean, they work together sometime. So we will look for a graphic diagram to show the resource uses in a graphical way. The resource you want to see is resource C, quantity, day by day. Okay, I will bring it here. Day by day means parameters set to day by day. I will fix title, show value. No, that's not plates. Okay. We just have one resource C. So, of course, although we are working with some supervisioning work, or supervision work, I don't know, we do not have two resource C. The hammock type was developed in such a way we could fix this impossible schedule balance. I mean, if I try to balance our schedule taking in account the resource amounts, we won't have a supervision code is delayed because a hammock cannot be delayed. It makes no sense. The two of them were delayed to the end of the project. That has no meaning, no visible meaning. So hammocks cannot be balanced in its resource limits in such an easy way. I have to ask for okay. Ask for double click in the assignments. Double click. We will see the window to set some information for assignments, not for the resource. It is not the resource information you have here. It's the assignment information. This resource is assigned to supervision 1, so the information of this link, this assignment is shown here. And you say, and you may set, I admit, I allow to work with a variable quantity. I allow it to be done without resource. If there is no resource C for ADM, the ADM supervision 1, the hammock will exist and the resource will be not so critical. It will be not to be considered a critical resource to make this hammock be exists. So this one and the administration, the whole administration for the whole project also admits a variable quantity with 0 resource assignment. Okay, applying 0, and these resource assignments, I mean, this activity cannot be considered if there is not a dedicated resource to work with it. Okay, let's see the same schedule in a detailed view. Detailed view shows us the resource working or not working every day, every commercial day, every day of its calendar. You can see the blue line here shows us shows us that the resource work every day. If I balance resource C, it will obey the rules we set. Activity supervision 1 and activity supervision 3 may be done without the resource inside it, assigned to it. Okay, here is activity 1. There is one resource C, and this is activity supervision 3 that I set. I will allow the activity exists as a scheduled activity, but it may have no resource working on it because it is being used by other activity. Okay, and it starts here to working admin, and then it stops here because this supervision to activity does not allow to be done without a real resource C working on it. I will change the settings. You may see it at the bottom that every day we have just one resource C working. I will change it to do not allow zero quantity, but I do admit variable 0. Okay? Let's recalculate, and I will show you that this supervision 3 that takes care for the whole project time will have a resource C ADM. Let's balance together again, just resource C. Okay, as I use resource C during all the time, project time, I won't have any resource C ATM for the other two hammocks. Okay, I may change the idea, saying that resource C here, I need one, but I permit, I allow 50% of work. The workload may be half time. Apply. So my resource CADM may be part working there and part-time working somewhere else. Let's see if it works. Okay, we have here resource C, we have here resource C, because half plus half means the whole resource, the whole resource C ADM working. How do I see? Report diagram, general report diagram, resource C. There is a report C here, a resource C here. And we also have a resource C diagram. But if you talk about workloads, let me see if I can show the workload here. Set parameters, resource C. Where is workload? There is no workload to be shown here. Activity free, there is no workload, but I can show you resource hours working day by day, okay? Resource work, resource, not quantity, resource CADM, hours. 4 hours a day. Let's expand it to see it in hours. Hours by day, okay, including some numbers. Okay, 4 hours a day, 4 hours a day, according to our calendar. And if you have 8 hours a day, I'll change it here, the hammock, the complete work of our indirect work, to show not the quantity, but the number of hours. A day, yes. 8, 8, 8, because we have some work for one of our activity and adjusting here to resource hours a day, resource hours a day, we will see that a day, what's not being shown as a day, because there is no numbers. Okay, numbers. I can't see the difference. Okay, 4 hours, and the main supervision hammock. I know, columns here, and columns here, just to make a bit more didactic. Okay, half a day, and then here, half a day. Resource C, 8 a.m., 4 hours, plus not, 4 hours, with 4 hours, 8 hours. The total amount of hours from resource C is here. I think it shows you how to model hammocks that use the same resource among them to be scheduled, to exist, understanding that it's impossible with just one resource do the same work, different works at the same time. I will fix this layout for future reference. And I think it is enough to justify Rafael's questions. Layout, save. Okay?